I'm Dr. Wagner, and today we're going to go over a few stretches that are going to specifically target the middle back. We are going to use a tool known as a foam roller. So I'm probably, if you ever go to a gym, you've probably seen one of these laying around, people rolling around on them. And basically what this tool does is a global thoracic or a middle back extension exercise. Okay, I'm sure you've probably never seen anyone looking like this. So if you're constantly in an airplane, sitting for hours at a time, traveling like a truck driver does, sitting all the time, or you just make your living sitting down working at a computer, what happens is our spine kind of goes in this slumped over, hunched position right through here. Okay, and what ends up happening is we lose a lot of this mobility right through there. And this has a huge effect on several different aspects of our life, including going into our overhead positioning when we're trying to get our hands up overhead. Causes a lot of discomfort in the shoulders, but a lot of stiffness in that back. So what this foam roller does is, like I said, it's a global extension exercise. So we're not targeting any one specific area, but it lets us hit 3 to 4 segments all at one time. So we're going to go over how to properly use the foam roller and kind of go over some of the commonly made mistakes that you'll probably see at the gym. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over a couple of basic type things. First, what we want to do is we want to take as much slack out of the mid back as we possibly can. And the best way for us to do that is to go in this almost like a hugged position. It does a couple of different things. Number one, it takes away a lot of the slack out of the soft tissue, like the large groups of muscles that are back there. But also, we have the shoulder blade there. And we want to get as much of that out of the way, so when we go into this position, we're targeting mostly that middle back and thoracic spine. So when you're starting off with this, we want to get that foam roller where it's right at the base of your rib cage. So that's a good place to start. So we're going to start here, and then we're going to go into this flexed position, and we're going to just kind of scoot forward and just kind of rock into that. Now, once we get there, what we want to do is we want to go and we want to search for some of those tight or tender spots. Because a lot of times what people will do is they'll just kind of mindlessly go in here. It's like, oh, okay, that popped, that feels great. And then, they're really not doing a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. So what I want you to do is I want you to find that one spot that feels extremely tender or extremely tense. That way we can target that area. Okay, so we're just going to find that area, and they're like right here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of rock back into that extended position. And that way we can really unlock and unhinge by using the foam roller as a somewhat of a fulcrum or a wedge there. Now, I usually recommend spending about a minute working the different parts of your upper or middle back to kind of loosen things up. Now, there are some variations that we can use with the fulcrum as well. And we can move those. Well, it's great to start off with in that hug position. Moving your arms into an overhead position is also going to help with anytime you're going overhead. Whether you're you're a storage person and putting things up overhead, or you're an athlete. This includes your pitchers, tennis players, golfers, even volleyball players when they're trying to go into that extended position with the arm in flexion. Like your tennis serve, like your spike, and even in many cases with the throwing motions that we see with a lot of our athletes. So this can be very beneficial regardless of what your purpose is. So the only thing different in this position, you're going to move your arms into that overhead position there, and you're really going to try to extend those arms in that flexed position while you're rolling through here. This is going to get that scapula really starting to move, scapula being that shoulder blade area, and we're going to rock through there. Now, one other way you can use this as a variation is you can go to a side bend position, which is going to target some of these larger group muscles along the sides of the back. Okay, so really just kind of twist into that side position, and then work right into some of those deeper grouped muscles right through here. Okay, and again, spending about a minute on each one of these sides and each one of these variations will get you a lot of good mobility, so you can return to having doing your exercises, doing your various activities of daily living. Okay, so find you a foam roller, spend some time with that, and keep that spine moving, because after all, that's what it's meant and designed to do. All right, well, we'll go over some other exercises next time, so keep on looking for us.